agenda.
Mayor Samba Fall was quite impressed with the support so far given to the candidate. He said APRC expects nothing short of victory.
We are confident that, election or no election, the people of Banjul will continue to rally behind His Excellency the President.
The National Assembly election is once again bringing together all the APRC candidates in the city to team up in an attempt to improve the poor state of infrastructure in this historic city, which was largely neglected during the colonial period. Ibrahima Balde, Grts.
The IEC North Bank Region Office also turned to be a beehive today, as 7 APRC-sponsored candidates submitted their nomination papers. Modula Bin Sise brings us up to date on proceedings there.
Candidates for the March 29 National Assembly elections started in earnest this morning in the NBR regional headquarters of Karawan. First day was dedicated to the ruling APRC party and the opposition GPDP. Across NBR, there are 7 electoral districts and a voter population of over 164,000, one after the other. Sponsored APRC candidates submitted their documents to regional IEC appointed returning officer Mrs. Aissatou Jalondu. Having fulfilled the criteria, 7 APRC candidates have been successfully nominated. The nominees are Suku Singate of Lower Badibu, running for the 4th unbroken term. Lamin Keba Jamme of Eliasa constituency, running for the 2nd time. Mam Chornajalo of Open Nyumi, also running for the 2nd time. Sambacham of Central Badibu, a trained teacher now turned politician, contesting on an APRC ticket for the 1st time. Amadou Khan of Jokadu constituency, Sirif Misbah Hydra of Lower Nyumi constituency, also contesting for the 1st time, and incumbent Usman Ba of Sabah Sanjar electoral district. After receiving their nomination papers, the IEC Assistant Returning Officer in the region, Mrs. Aissatou Jalondu, drew the attention of the aspirants to the code of ethics of the electioneering process. She urged all the candidates to desist from making inflammatory or defamatory remarks about opposing candidates and political parties. Hate speeches, intolerance, and ethnically or sectionally charged remarks, she pointed out, have the potential of descending the country into chaos and are therefore disallowed. In response, all the candidates promised to keep the country's peacefulness by abiding by the law. They told GRTS that their constituents have what it takes to ensure the conduct of a violence-free campaign and election. As a sign of unity and solidarity within the ranks of the APRC, some of the candidates came with people who sought for APRC candidature during this election process. Such people, the candidates told me, decided to throw their weight behind them in respect of the decision made by the President and party leader, His Excellency, Sheikh Professor Alhaji Dr. Yahya AJJ Jammeh. This nomination has been free of problems. The process went on without any push and pull, leaving a detachment from the PIU with little or nothing to worry about. The process continues tomorrow when the NRP presents their candidates. Modula Minstise, Grts News, Karawan.
The Independent Electoral Commission's office in Brikama was also bustling with activity. Our radio colleague Yora Jallo reports on the West Coast region nominations.
The event held at the IEC regional office in Brikama West Coast region shows the nomination of 9 candidates, namely Borikoli of Fonyi Jarol, Matar Kujabi of Fonyi Bondali, Buba A. Bojang of Fonyi Kansala, Ibrahima Solo Jame of Fonyi Bentang, Bintanding Jaju of Fonyi Brefet, Alasan Bojang of Combo East, Abdu Jaju of Combo Central, Abdu Koli of Combo South, and Parlamin Jata of Combo North. They will be contesting on the ticket of the ruling Alliance for Patriotic Reorientation and Construction Party APRC. The National Assembly elections is a fulfillment of a constitutional mandate that elections are conducted at the end of every 5 years for Gambians to elect persons who represent their interests in the National Assembly. The 29 March National Assembly elections is coming fast on the heels of the 24 November presidential elections, which the incumbent won with a landslide majority. 6 parties, among them the APRC, are expected to take part in the National Assembly elections. The other parties are UDP, NRP, PDYS, GPDP, and GMC. At the nomination today, APRC candidates for the West Coast region were certified by the IEC to contest the elections. Candidates for the Gambia People's Democratic Party, GPDP, were also scheduled to be nominated today, but due to undisclosed reasons, none of them made it through the process. Following the nominations, the aspiring National Assembly members say they are optimistically looking forward a victory.
If I were alone, I would have doubt. But then I have people behind me, and it is these very people that have come to accompany me to be nominated. So I am definitely very, very optimistic. Even whereas I have somebody to contest against me, I am optimistic that I will definitely win.
What I can tell you is that the people behind me signifies that, I was part of them all the time round, and I was listening to them. I was also doing things together with them. So that's why they feel I'm part of them. Anywhere I go, they are behind me.
I'm expecting a landslide victory. So whoever wants to contest can contest. But I can assure you that I will be the victorious winner at the end of the day.
The aspiring parliamentarians appeal to the electorate to come out in their numbers on election day, just as they did in the presidential elections, and vote for the APRC party. Furthermore, all the candidates unanimously spoke of their willingness and determination to continue to support the development programs initiated under the able, dynamic leadership of His Excellency the President, Sheikh Professor Alhaji Dr. Yahya Ejeje Jammeh. The nomination at the IEC office in Brikama was presided over by the Vice Chairman of the IEC, Male Salah, who doubles as returning officer in the March 29th National Assembly elections. As usual, the program was characterized by fanfare of supporters and militants who accompanied their candidates. The conduct of the nomination was orderly and peaceful. Once again, Gambians are poised to exercise their civic rights when on the 29th of March they will decide through the ballot box who will represent their interests in the National Assembly. It is hoped that the orderliness, peace and tranquility that characterized the presidential race will be repeated. For GRTS News, this is Yero Jalo reporting.
Still on today's nominations, the Central River Region Office of the Electoral Commission also processed its fair share of papers relating to the candidature of APRC candidates. Samuel buys in Janjambure, and this is his report.
Historic moment in the country's electoral calendar. The nomination of parliamentary candidates ahead of the March 2012 National Assembly polls. The Central River region consists of 11 electoral constituencies, 6 on the south and 5 on the north banks respectively. The 2011 parliamentary election modalities have been effectively and efficiently organized like in the past years. This, according to IEC officials, is to avoid any form of infringement on the side of political parties. The 10 nominees of the Central River Region constituencies this morning converged on Janjambure, the island settlement which exists as an independent constituency. Fode Jibani Manka is the area's candidate currently seeking a second mandate from his people. He is also joined by Lamin Jadama of Nyamina East, Yoro MC Mbalo of Lower Fuladu West, Seni Mbai of Upper Salum, Ibrahim Mane of Nyani District Constituency. Several members have had the opportunity to serve their people, while others are seeking their third mandate. The 6 new nominees, some of whom are political novices, include Fode A. Jalo of Nyamina East, Keba Nget of Nyamina Dankuku, Ahmad Malik Njai of Upper Fuladu, Usman Jai of Sami District, Malik Pise of Lower Salum, and Hapsana Jalo of Nyanigar District, the only female candidate. All the veterans and first-timers spoke extensively about their development plans, highlighting their priority areas when voted into office. The process was conducted in a peaceful environment. Meanwhile, the National Reconciliation Party's nomination is scheduled for tomorrow. From the Central River Region town of Janjambure, I am Samuel Ba reporting for GRTS.
Well, at the IEC offices along Kairaba Avenue, the picture was almost the same. We hope to bring you more on how things fared at that particular location in tomorrow's news bulletin. And before we go, a reminder of our headlines once again. President Jammeh has identified double taxation as the stumbling block hindering the implementation of the many trade and investment agreements between the Gambia and Qatar. Nomination fever gripped the electorate as ruling party candidates submitted